Raptor Spray Can aerosol versus the bottle. I don't know that one is better than the other. They definitely have their place. Maybe I can help you determine when to use the aerosol versus the bottle. Biggest difference, of course, is the bottle has the hardener separate. Pull that out. You put so much of the hardener in the bottle and mix it up, attach it to a sprayer and a compressor. Both utilize the adhesion promoter. Helps the liner stick or stay. The aerosol can is, as I said, a 2-ply or 2K. You take that red piece above, put it in the bottom, break the seal, shake it up, it's ready to go. The project that I'm utilizing the aerosol or the spray can, 4 fenders from a 2014 Dodge Ram. I started with 2 bottles thinking that would be enough, or 2 cans rather. Prep is the same. Clean them up, sand them down. Biggest thing to consider, I think, is of course the cost. If you buy 1 can of the aerosol, it's $35. If you buy 4 cans, which is probably more likely what you're going to need for any project, it's less. It's about $29 a can. So you're paying for 1 ounce, $2.25. Whereas if you buy 4 bottles, it's $34 a bottle, but it holds twice as many ounces, so you're looking at $1.08. So twice as much to use the cans versus the bottle. Of course, you have to have a sprayer, and you also have to have, a compressor. And here I'm putting on the adhesion promoter, and of course now we've moved on to the spray can. The other thing I noticed using the spray can is that, wow, you really got to stand back to get it to where it's not so thick. Now, I used a reducer when I did the truck, and that thinned out the bottle liner, but you can't do that with a can. You get what you get. Of course, you get what color you get as well. This is black. But if you're doing smaller projects, and you're probably going to accent whatever it is you're doing automotively with black. So, the spray can in that sense isn't a bad idea. Don't need a compressor, don't need a sprayer, don't have to mix. You just pop that piece in the bottom and it's ready to go. So you're paying for the convenience more than anything. Now, the way I set this up, I kind of had a hard time getting in there with that can, and lost my balance a little bit, lost my cane. Don't worry, no one was injured in the filming of this video. Got right back at it and used that can. It just doesn't go as far as you think. 13 ounces in a can, it's going to go quick. Whereas the bottle has twice that amount, and it lasts a little longer. There I'm getting that 4th fender. There's a smudge mark, and that's where I thought, oh, there's some particles that blew in my shed. I'm in the shed trying to get out of the wind, so I just wiped it off, and yeah, that's not a good idea. Better off just getting those flecks off later after it dries. I've got about 1 can on there at this point. And second can, I've got those fenders raised up so I can get the sides. And you can see I'm pretty far away again with that spray can. Got that red piece in the bottom there, broke the seal. Part of my frustration really isn't anything to do with the can or a bottle, it's just how I set up the project. I had a hard time, again, getting where I needed to go, manipulating it myself as I move over to get those fenders. But I'm doing my best to keep it even, keep far away. I think that's the biggest frustration or trick anyway when you're applying the Raptor liner, is just staying far enough away to where it doesn't blotch or lay in high places. 2 cans, and you can see I missed half a fender. Had to order another can, $35, $2.69 an ounce to get those fenders finished. but they're looking pretty good, don't you think? Again, staying pretty far back. I gotta be honest though, 3 cans was not enough, and I cheated. I was not gonna buy another can of Raptor liners, so I had some Rust-Oleum black paint where I just touched it up in certain spots, particularly underneath. Kind of laid an even coat on all 4 fenders, and yeah, I cheated a little, but hey, gotta have a project that looks right. Now I have some footage of the truck, and of course I'm using the bottle with the spray gun and the compressor. And of course, yes, you're paying twice as much for the aerosol cans than using the bottle, but you're also paying for the convenience of not having a compressor. Like if you don't own a compressor or if you don't have a sprayer. You also don't have to watch the PSI on the compressor. Make sure it stays between 70 and 80 PSI, because it can get to where the compressor drops and then it gets really thick. So again, pros and cons of using an aerosol can versus using a spray gun. Going back to the fenders, again, this is a can number 3, kind of using what I have left of it. And just recommend you have enough. You know, if you're going to do a project with fenders or a bumper, I would just go ahead and buy the kit of 4 aerosol cans if you're going to go with the cans. 1 can, I don't know what you would do with 1 can except maybe touch up where some of it's peeled off from a prior job. But you really need 4 cans to do any decent sized project. They were putting on the fender flares on the 2014 Dodge 2500. And the color is kind of a deep blue, steel blue. I think it really goes well with those black fenders. The fenders don't really pop per se, but they blend really well. One of the nice things about the 2014 is it already had the holes for the fender flare, whereas when I was working on my 2001, I had to drill every single hole and line it up, and a little more work. So this was a lot easier to do. Take a look. So aerosol cans, yeah, you can get an even lay of the Raptor liner. I think if you're doing a small project, the aerosol cans would be all right. You just got to weigh it out. I prefer the bottle, but I do have the compressor, and I'm more familiar with that process than maybe these aerosol cans. I could go either way. So what do you think? What would you use? Like or subscribe, leave some comments. Rushton Works. Have a great one.